And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll send the back in motion. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Guys, let's chat about Florida. What does the top 5 ranking mean for week 1? Optimism, hope, maybe, David, an excuse for the other team's fans to rush the field if they knock you off.
Well, it means, first of all, absolutely nothing, because preseason rankings don't show up anywhere at the end of the season, but it means this team is talented. It means they're thought of highly. They got to go earn it, Jesse, and it starts today, but the talent obviously is all over the field.
The number in the preseason rankings means absolutely nothing. You saw Florida State recently start in the top 10. They won 2 games by the end of the year. So you've got to go earn it. Yes, you're talented. Yes, a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching you, and people are really excited. You've got an opportunity to do things really, really that are special this season, but you've got to earn it on the field.
The Gators line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's open. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Time to take a shot. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Might be changing the route. Back to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Florida. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Payne. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Caught in the backfield. It's Sims. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Four wide out set, three of them to the left on 2nd and 10. Wants to throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, how about the offense, man? You run a little play action. I can just tell you, 3rd and long, as a pass rusher, I'm going to get the quarterback. I don't care about the play action. I'm not biting on it, and neither did the defense.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Using his legs, it's open. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. A linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue.
Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Sooners ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Out of the gun to give to the back. Fights off a defender. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early, right?
He'll take a deep shot here. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Gator! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Gonna run it. It's Payne. There he goes. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
This crowd on hand trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bland. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Sooners have their offense in high gear. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And they tried to run that sweep out route. I like going to the wide side of the field, getting somebody the ball that can really, really run. Just got to block it up a little better. Give him a chance to at least get that edge, and then he might be able to do some more damage.
Found a sim on the left. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. Man, he's already got 43 yards rushing. What a way to get this season started. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. They want to throw it. Touchdown Sooners! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's a really nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator because you just had an explosive run getting you down close to the goal line. I think everybody on defense was expecting them to just turn around and hand it off again. Not the case. Now you go pass. Really nice catching the defense off guard, and they get the touchdown. Bang, bang, 2 plays, 6 points on the board.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Gators sending the offense back to work. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He might want another play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Guys, let's chat about Florida. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that...
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Working that left side now. Still on his feet at the 45. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Works the middle of the field. At the 20, he's got space. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Gators headed quickly to the line. This quarterback part of their running game. And he watches in for the score. Touchdown, Florida!
And I tell you what, Reason, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's 1st down from the 36. Oh, better look out. Made a defender miss. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that. But they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
Quick handoff. He breaks the tackle. He's got 69 yards for them on the ground already in this 1st quarter. He looks as if he's ready to put up numbers. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Sooners will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Great coverage on that 4th. play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. To the air on first down. Zings it complete to the right. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
And the Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He leaves it with his back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Gators are flying down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Oh, he's got some space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gators!
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. So first down here as they go back to work. He wants to start this drive with a pass. That pass is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's Wicks. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. He wants to take the top off. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season.
Breaks into the open. Makes it past the marker. He's at the 50. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Florida. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Quarterback making adjustments. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game. And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make third down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked in part because the defense was expecting pass and that down and distance. So it begs the question now on 3rd and long again, might the offense go back to handing it off to their explosive playmaker at the running?
Going for it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Gator. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the...
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his 1st interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
He'll start this drive firing. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Here's the pressure. Catch inside the 25. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this 1st half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped it.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, getting him on the ground.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
All right, they get the completion. Don't get the first down. So we've got a massive decision now, 4th and inches. Personally, I like QB sneak. I think that picks it up right here. No matter where you are in the field, you can keep this drive going.
They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. On the option. Touchdown, Florida! And they take it in for 6 more points.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. On the ground, it's Wicks. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Looking left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. 1st down here for the offense. They'll give it to the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Gets it past the marker. He now has 91 yards on the ground. A very productive first half here in the season opener. The give to the lone running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Complete to the right. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Extending the play. Got his man. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Nearly another interception. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Sims. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. He's got his man across the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Sooners started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here we go. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5? The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I know we're in the 3rd quarter, but because they're trailing like they are, they're right now in 4-down mode every single drive. You throw an incompletion down in the red zone, this is a no-brainer. They're going to be throwing it again, and we'll see if the defense can step up here.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and goal. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Quick strike through the air for the score.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Fighting off the defender. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets to the 14. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. It's complete on the right side. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Gators come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He wants to change this route. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They knock him down at the 40. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a 1st down.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine, but then it's scramble plays, and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
The Gators pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. just going to keep it after the snap. Got the first down and more. There he goes. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gator. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in the groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all, just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking downfield on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Well, I think on the last play, they didn't get it to the sticks. They were hoping he'd be able to make the catch, make a guy miss, and advance the football. But because they couldn't execute, now it's 4th and long.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
Ready up. Pound 55.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job by the quarterback knowing where his answer was against the blitz and against man coverage, picking up that completion.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Stark. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Puts it out of the air. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
Why not trying to get it in? Touchdown, Florida! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They'll try the run. Breaks the tackle.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who've starred through the first 3 periods. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. The Sooners just got that huge run. They love another explosive play.
And how about that on third down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield. He's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. Third down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The give to the tailback. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Sooners back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Fires complete on the crosser. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this is taking.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on fourth down. He says a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their veins. You saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
Now, wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shut that run game down. Like, they were ready for that. Second down now. A little more space for the offense, backed up, a little more room to operate and try to maybe find some windows to throw a football.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
One more play to pad the stats. Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over.